Hello, I'm Beatriz,
My name is Charity.
And I'm Semi.
and in our podcast today, we're going to talk about some campaigns about the vaccines in Japan and in Brazil.
Charity, would you like to start?
So one of the things about Japan is that they tend to focus on very cute things, kawaii things, and so one of the cool things about Koronan, which is the name of the mascot in Japan, is that it has its own Instagram and it focuses mainly on distributing masks throughout very busy cities in Japan.
That's nice. That's something that I'm not seeing here in Brazil, where I'm currently living again. Because the only thing that I see in my state and city that they are doing is like you pre-sign up to get the vaccine. That's the main campaign that the government's doing. Nothing kawaii or something like cute, but it's just do the sign up, wait for your time, and someday you're gonna get the vaccine.
But it's interesting though, because I saw that also via in Brazil, the president was against the vaccine, and now he seems to be in favor of it because the former president was released, and there's this whole governmental crisis going on.
Yeah,
And it's sad because it's, society's lives in game.
I know.
Charlie, do you think in Japan it's going to be more successful because of the campaign?
So the thing is, Japan was one of the first countries, if I remember correctly, that took a very big stand against the coronavirus like effort. So they started desanitizing their streets, making sure that everyone did temp checks and stuff like that. Also, if I remember correctly, Japan was one of the countries with the strictest travel restrictions. So like if people were from a country that didn't really take COVID seriously, they were not allowed to enter Japan.
Yeah, well, here I don't think we didn't like lockdown correctly because there was still parties going on, open places, people going around. Today I went to the supermarket and like 10 people were without masks. How am I supposed to be okay with this, feeling safe? And we are going to like a purple phase, which is the worst lockdown, and people are not caring at all. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it.
I think it's like instead of only the campaigns, people should be, they should know what's going on, but a lot of people don't care.
Do you think that there is a big mask/COVID fatigue when it comes to the people of the countries that are basically sick of being in lockdown for a long time, say for Brazil and for USA? You think there's like people are just tired of it and they just don't care anymore? Or is there like a...
Yeah, definitely. I think in the beginning, like March 2020, people were more scared. They didn't know what was going on. Everything shut down. But now, a year later, I think people are just like, screw it. I need my life back.
Mhm.
But also, I guess the media puts a lot of into it as well.
Mhm.
What do you think it is in Brazil? Yeah.
I feel like people are really tired of being at home, and now that that there is the vaccine, that it's working on some people, most of like this the society is okay. So I'm gonna get the vaccine, and then I can start my life again, like not wearing masks, whatever, to social distance. I feel people are getting too excited about the vaccine and like too fatigued about the quarantine, being at home, staying safe. Do you know how Japan is dealing right now with quarantine and the vaccine, Charity?
If I remember correctly, I think Japan is now like, I don't know if it's open travel or not. I think people are allowed to travel into Japan, but you have to follow like very strict guidelines. Like you have to quarantine yourself when you get there and stuff. But if I remember correctly, they were like very on point about like dealing with the coronavirus issue in the start of the year.
Charity, do you know how many deaths there were? Like, would you tell Japan is more organized than, let's say, the United States?
So I'm searching up the vaccine doses overview, right? So if I remember, what it says for Japan is that there was 181,000 doses that were given out, and so 443 people are fully vaccinated, which means that is like less than like 1%. I also saw something about like Canada was at 3%, and then US was 22%, but it may be based on like their health systems on why vaccines are not being distributed as much. So let me check real quick. Yeah, so in United States, 33.9 million people have been fully vaccinated, which is about 10% of the whole population of the United States.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm searching for the number of vaccinated people in Brazil, and I got 3% after 40 days since the first immunization, which was in February. Yeah, so we might be just a little bit over it, like 4-5% of the population vaccinated by now. And I think it's like going really slow, even with the campaign.
I don't like in Brazil, I don't think they're doing a good job campaigning for vaccines, to be honest.
I think I agree more.
You guys think with both campaigns, like how do you see the future? Like, do you see the world vaccinated soon or not that soon?
I think it's just really dependent on the rate that all countries are distributing their vaccines, because part of the distribution is based on whether or not they can secure doses for
Right.
their country, right? And if a country can't secure that much doses, that's probably why there's a very low percentage of people being vaccinated.
Right.
Also, I think like in Brazil, since our president doesn't believe in the vaccine or anything related to corona, this might be a little harder for us to get more vaccines and then get like Brazil vaccinated like more than 4 or 5%.
Yeah, like it is still uncertain, but I think we are way ahead where we were a year ago.
Yeah, true.
There is hope.
So yeah, I just searched it up. Japan, the reason why it has the lowest, one of the lowest amounts of vaccinations for COVID is that there's actually a very low amount of vaccine confidence. So people don't really believe in the vaccine as much, even though they were one of the first countries that fought against like COVID by disinfecting everything and making sure everything travel was strict, and
I just hope like someday we can get everyone vaccinated and then COVID dead for good.
I think so. I think it's gonna become like a flu, flu shot. To do everything, you have to show that you have the proof that you have the vaccine or whatnot.
Or maybe repeated some years between like a gap.
Like who knows? Maybe wearing a mask will be something in our lives like for a long time.
I know in China, masks, just wearing masks in general is like the norm because of the air quality over at China. I just feel like now with coronavirus, it's gonna be the new normal for other countries as well that don't typically use masks at all. So
for sure, like this is what I keep thinking all the time. Okay, what if we don't have to wear masks because we have a vaccine? But what about the air quality?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we just have to wait and see how things are gonna be from now on, because the hope is to everything to get better. So
yeah, let's keep hopeful. Let's take the vaccine, believe in science because they know what they are doing, and we're gonna be okay.
well, I guess that's the end.